ebusuafo na etifo ni de kwansoma obi bia kwa baba channel so ebi ene no first time baba channel so message will say obe subscribe so share videos ni we na so woni dwon obe subscribe to YouTube channel no like and share video so comment bi so constructively fa share comment section my na e be gene akenka me pa cha wo ene na NPP and as also no party no to o maba umuyi o mo flag bearer na contestants na omu woman no na say candidates are omo ko contest for that election no mo ye for yawo Kennedy Japan Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia adeni moni osayakutu na me pacho omo share about yes omo sha say some hours ago anopano no omo sha say na omo toa na afi na the official results ni bibia aba esia no nti ya aba ne say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ana wa emerge as the victor men can say wa emerge as the victor ono na wa wini that flag bearership race and I said that presidential race you know as currently as we speak you know Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia from the official men can say from the official but the results coming in is say ono na o lead and as ono na wa wini enche kra easy Mensa down or Bekono wako declare no as the winner. Na me patrols ni victory ya na ma NPP penny bi and I say NPP ni pen bi a friend no Listowell na napoku wa pia ba bontin wa be react to na they was say reacting according to ono no nani age pa na wo hwe mo hwe na video na be kwa hwe na wo hwe ne kwa na wa hwe white and yes nani age say NPP eyi omo flag bearer but nani age say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia emerge as the victor because so ono no badia ono no that is Muhammad Bawumia's victory Mahama nso victory nti Bawumia win the flag bearership no go in favor of the NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama nti ono nani judge na also obe pompe champagne kra wa kasa pa wa react to sa de pa na ono de nani judge na enye just because Dr. Muhammad Bawumia win nenso onim say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ni win no Mahama's victory nti ni age pa mpacho ona wasa to ko kan sembi or friend ba Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia kra say oye braga because na uti omo na omo say omo ba win over 70% but aba say and I said the results coming in show say we're winning for about 61%, over 61%, but under 62, approximately 62%. Just say on more target now, no more panel. On no more bragge. I say Kennedy Japan, they are not there. On the only be crano. So far, Kennedy are performing very well. Neniaje Kennedy Japan a performance in a crime. Where Gina no so I can say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia on any campaign to no me bragge, so more bragge kwa. Na yemfa enwe de enye politics eni de kwanso men se mombra yenko ni yenko tie mensema okaye and I said in reaction on how it went yankopo nsha no nyokesem ndamase bebre.
I have a feeling and I don't know how to express it, but it is important to note that braggarts don't live long in politics.
Oh
yes. You see, elections are that which you have to go and seek for votes. You don't make it look as if I am that I am. No one is that he or she is, except people make you in politics. People decide to elect you to make you who you are because they feel so strongly about who they want as president or as flag bearer or as assemblyman or as anything that you vie for. The kind of language and the kind of demeanor with which they were speaking, it was very obvious that they wouldn't make that mark.
Oh, sir.
It was only to drum home that just join us, get that mark, because we will attain it. But whoever put the team together to communicate in that manner, they didn't try. So, in the end, the question is, has he attained it? Shamefully, the answer is no.
No, but sir, the most important is 50 plus 1. Say what? 61.
Oh, 50 plus 1 wasn't what they discussed.
I'm say 70.
They made us look.
80.
They made us think of Kennedy Japan as someone who could not make that mark. It wasn't possible for Kennedy Japan to become that person that they desired. You know, they made us feel Kennedy Japan was not going to make any impact, and that Bawumia was going to be the one to make that bigger, you know, percentage points. And you can see from the crowd that they are not cheerful. They are jubilating in sorrow. So I think it's good. It's good that a lesson will be learned. Ken has done well. I must be candid. I didn't expect Ken to make this mark. I knew he would make some votes because I realized Bawumia wasn't. In fact, I have not seen Bawumia that candidate that people think he is, because I realized that in a way he still has not. He has not made it politically. He has a lot to learn. He has a long way to go. He's not matured in politics. I still think so, because his demeanor, his style does not, he doesn't fit well in the Ghanaian setting. He has a long way to go. But for him to have not attained what was expected of him, oh, I'm very happy. No, why am I not happy? I must be happy. Why? I'm very happy, man. I'm happy they are going home. Do you want me to suffer under this condition for some 4 more years? I'm very happy. That's why I'm in white. And I just want them to declare Bawumia the winner or the flag bearer. Then I will do my popping of champagne. Because,
oh, you want to pop champagne?
Yes, I have to, because Ghana is going to have a second independence. And why would I have to be happy? And I have to let the world know how happy I am by popping the champagne to make way for, you know, their exit. And because, look, what is happening now tells just one story. That the Mahama that you said his party was not united behind him has had an overwhelming support from the party and is having an overwhelming support from the Ghanaian people, and will win the next election and will put you to disgrace and will make you a public derision. Simple. This victory, Bawumia's victory, is a victory for John Mahama. It's a big victory for John Mahama, and that is it. Why won't I be happy? I have to let the world know how happy Listowell is. And my soul is rejoicing in the Lord for seeing Bawumia. In fact, he has won and is about to lose. That is what the story is. And I think I'm not able to express how happy I am even here in the studio, because today I'll have to go to church and praise God.
Lawyer,
Bawumia doesn't deserve the votes of a delegate. Bawumia deserves not the votes of an NPP delegate.
Why?
He bought all these votes.
With what?
With money.
And
How
that is where the crux.
Look at how much Bawumia has spent.
That is how the crux of the. That's
And
what
look
the
at his
crux
results.
of the thing is.
I was saying yes, we are part of the reactions. Ni bi na yakweti no yet yankasa yate and yehu kwan a ofa so keka ne nsem. Na me pacha oka sansem we nyina wie no wa me na nsi wa ana oto aso ka say 20 NPP egu on the say NPP egu kura. Yes, or say NPP egu because Bawumia, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia were electing as the flag bearer no. And then I say NPP egu kura na only the ninya je kura say NPP kura de egu. On uti in word I will say NPP egu. Na I will say come 2024 Alan Cash na oyo be determine how abanede esebe court because so checking yama Mahama on percentage on edaho. So on striving to get some that those floating voters no or working hard to make sure so obe maintain no more those floating voters in a kakra no to man any more afinom cyber to abano. Now o check on a Bawumia dia is Alan Cash wo ho e de obechim te be de mpanti Alan Cash no obe determine the 2024 election. Now patrolmen say momre o kan you know so react to niema foforo bi nti o de men say momre yenko tie the wa o se kan ne kwan ofa so kan na nsem no yankopo nhira no nya okese me da se bebre.
Tell you what, MPP egu.
Oh, egu say.
MPP egu because, in fact, omujina grounds hokra no rented a friend is saying crowd no omujina grounds no. Utimi se omo hokeka no. Ene osebo a wosenka wo MPP ni ho a MPP ni a wono wakoto aba ma ne candidate awene no and it's early days here but I think say enyoma ebesi after election way moving into 2024 no party no go
More parliamentary primaries or many more often constituencies constituencies
omo campaign tia Kenya Japan in fact some of them omo gina na chi ena omo duru baby omo aduru no omo aye omo Bawumia ma omo akwaji sika akoto aba ama no for example delegates in Ashanti region say we MP na say independent candidate ba constituency I mean so why because most of you will lose. Yes, we are going to have so many independent candidates in Ashanti region. And I'm very sure say 2024 elections now Allah will be the decider.
Okay. Listowell me da say.
Sure. I Ablekuma Central. Ken paid 300 cedis. Bawumia paid 40. The party gave them 50 cedis for TNT. When you extrapolate it,
Bawumia paid 400 or 40?
400.
Okay.
Same with Adenta, 400. Ken, 300. The party, 50 cedis. When you look at Adenta, there are 1,520 delegates. Multiplied by 400, that's a 608,000 cedis. Multiplied by 2, that's 1.2 million.
Where did they get the money from?
That's the question. That is the question. In America, one flag bearer, when he solicited for money and he used the money for himself, he's in jail. He's in jail. Don't you think we should be asking that question? And if you multiplied by all the constituencies and they gave this money, do you know how much money that is? Vice President Bawumia, he works as a public servant. Where does that money come?
They said that, I mean, he launched a support system where people who want to fund his campaign
I know you are doing your work. I know you are doing your work as a host. This is
so
look.
So lawyer, let's expand the argument.
This it can break our democracy.
Yes.
Monocracy.
So he has spent more than 80 million.
Where did
today
that money come from?
Multiply that 400 by the over 200,000 delegates, and we are getting more than 80 million. 80 million.
Posters come my
T-shirt come my
hotel bills,
T-shirts
all these things, plus logistics that you have to give to campaign team.
Where did the money come from?
So are you surprised where the Bank of Ghana money is? If I tell you today that Bawumia is spending Bank of Ghana, they lost the over 60.81 billion money they are not able to account for. If I tell you it's with Bawumia, will you be surprised?
Yeah, sure.
Why would I? You see, there are things that we try to be blind at.
The Bank of Ghana for the money,
and they hit us in our faces. Yes, that's the only reason why I can. Because you see, it was just after Bawumia began his campaign that they came out to say all these things.
No, but didn't Bank of Ghana
where's the
print
money
for government? Bank of Ghana printed money for government.
And
what was that money used for? 200 CD notes. When they brought it in, what has that money been used for?
To show up the economy.
Has the economy been shored up?
Government expenditure.
What kind of expenditure?
It's sad, eh?
Okay.
It's sad. But you see, for me, I think it will go a long way. Ekufodo had 80% before he became president, and Bawumia.
Yes, omo komo ne de wakakra sanete na me pacho omo kan sanse mu we nyina wie ne na Listowell na poku ka say ono no buy no beka say there is no way Bawumia can even make up to 35%, and I say why are they crying at 35% come 2024 election. Na di entina wo kasa or just because or compare akofo ado the vote we nyaye ne like bro mo call the race in the flag bearership race. Your friend saying on any results we nyaye and or shade the way your friend say reflect in the national election, that is the presidential election, no, into compare and with the Bawumia enyana not just a Bawumia day Bawumia de no or say so better pa by the margin na akufo de Lucy, you know, into no there is no way Bawumia betmenya up to be also why are they crying at 35%? See, Bawumia would be the mechanic say the worst somehow flag bearer wako perform poorly in the history of NPP, and yes, in the history of NPP. You know, men say momre yanko ni ntie ni entoa so na de aka no so ye de beka mo hom pache yanyemre ni ntie e ma remfi say anase ye kwa kotie ni me kai wo say no first time abacha ni so a we share videos ni we na so we need you want to subscribe to your YouTube channel and like and share videos so comment bi so a constructively for share comment section ma ye beje ne akenkan na ye da maso bebre nyakopo onhia ye nyina na onye Kesi yanyemre ni nsentie nkoma aka no me da maso bebre
61%. If I'm just doing the arithmetic, I'm able to tell that Bawumia's votes will reduce in the 2024 elections by the difference between Ekufodo's and his.
How?
Bawumia cannot make more than 35% in the 2024 elections.
National elections.
Yes, all things being equal.
Why?
Yes, that's how much percentage you get. After spending all that money, after doing all that campaign, after going about all the 275 constituencies to campaign, if this is your resource, this is your resource, then what else can you do? And this is a family affair. where a brother should see or sympathize with a brother. At the national level, Bawumia will not see eye to eye with a lot of people.
But he's not the only person on no campaign parts in eternity.
But who are they campaigning for? Akufo-Addo was a stalwart, or is a stalwart in the party. Bawumia is now becoming, he doesn't have Akufo-Addo's pedigree. And look at Akufo-Addo's, even in 2020, if he had not done the machinations, he wouldn't have got it to, even with that, any Yeboah called him our president, we abided.
But Listowell,
so we have a lot.
Didn't it surprise you? It surprised me 2020 when President Akufo-Addo's votes was cut in half, 1 million to 500,000. That told me that things weren't going right.
Yes.
That told me things weren't going right.
Even with that,
and he should have. Yes, he should have found a way to talk to Ghanaians and change things. Now, my party said, "We are president. We need shareholder." Obia the no from 2016. Woman no Marco. Most of Akufo-Addo's problems stems from the fact of loyalty.
Okay.
Because they feel he knows they are loyal. They use that loyalty to do things for themselves because they know he can't do anything. But people will sit up. So everybody thought, nothing will happen. Because Chamatin would tell you that one district, one factory, that was his brainchild, was taken from him and taken to Flagstaff House.
Yes.
No money was given. Nothing. So he was just sitting there, doing nothing. And you expect him to do what? Because I'm telling you, Honorable Chamatin went through a lot, but it was because of the love for his party, he stayed. But this was the last straw. It was the last straw.
So can we interview Musa one district, one factory, no? Your man is cowed.
Yes, that's true.
It's true.
And when I was his age, when he was in Kufuor's government, a similar thing happened. At that time,
Presidential Special Initiative.
yes, PSI. Osafo wouldn't give him money to spend on the PSIs, and that collapsed it. And these are things that they wouldn't allow you to speak about because they think the party will. Yes, Osafo wouldn't give you money, and they sabotaged it. They made sure they would sabotage Alan to the core. But my boss was always quiet, and even though it's better late, he could have done a lot of the savage in the past. But Laura has raised an important issue. You see, Val, much as we think about the way forward, we need to always go back and look for the reasons why we are here. I think lawyer, you need to find a forum to help Ghanaians appreciate why we vote.
It's important too.
Because a lot of the times, what causes us to get to where we are is our own actions and inactions. Can you imagine people still endorsing Bawumia's candidature in this impoverished economy? Who was discussed as the best economic wizard? Was it not Bawumia? So if we have an economy in tatters like we have today, and you see people vote for Bawumia to be their flag bearer, isn't it a question of the IQ averages of the Ghanaian? Do you know where we are in the world? We are 199 countries on the list. Ghana is 190th. IQ averages of the world. And I think it's a cause to worry, because sometimes if we are not careful, we will just do the putogum shegum and we will be at where we are till thy kingdom come.
Listowell,
And I suggest we take time to educate the Ghanaian. We blame politicians, but I mean, politics is from the ages. Even between God and Satan, there is politics. So I think we should take our time, especially those of you who have been in this game for a very long while. If you guide the process in how to reason, how to analyze issues, to make sure that the Ghanaian is abreast with time on how and why to vote, a lot of the mess will be a thing of the past.
Listowell, it's a leadership thing. It's a leadership thing. When I say it's a leadership thing, it's not only leadership in politics, leadership in the household, family. We've got to be able to sit down with our children and be able to teach them some of the things that aren't going right and some of the ways we can strengthen it and make it better. Sure, Roma, who can cry no going to we will be our kind of cry. How cry on you be victimized or more. Why? Because of somebody's personal interest and that. The personal interest no a more minor. A more minor. Yeah. They are not limited as a crown say. Obi di sika be kwa koto Mercedes Benz ne dan ko ni bi. Baby obeda kora woni baby obeda. Kan o pake abonten.
Oh hi.
So when we find young people no more kasa. First of all catch them say, "Share enye ka o." Bibia nye din se ubenya dan esi wuso. Kade utimi fa trotro. Obi enka hwe. The one was suffer no be now kodem na wo di gari kra obi enim at least 50% of your problems gone. Yes onye sika kind oh Listowell at Benz dem say me to me wonu kwan o the fast on the toy. A honey problem na your politics e o mo obi a person we shen ne kro no say. And it's up not only to the politician but up to all of us to be able to train our youth. Youth you be says here about politics no motion because someone say honest kawo.
Ebusia for me that say pass mo agye mre na maba channel so abehwe videos. Aha na ye di news ne nyina beba besi. Yes. Ye tie nsem a wo maka. Nsem de wo maka bebre. Ntino yenso no it is to our own discretion say yenso ye be express your opinion. Yenfa ye wo comment bi yenso yenfa share comment section no. Na ye be kenkanya kopo nhia no nya Kesi me dem ase bebre me patch mu stay tuned for latest news and I say new updates. Bibiato from as a pin creator from Kra Yet Bebrum Daily Update TV Yet Bebrum as the name suggests daily updates every day be a mam update. Timedamasi be bring Yakopo and Shan on Kesi and Damase Parasemo Majemre so.